Today's episode of The Read Pile is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
I'm Elle, and I have a head cold.
And I am the sus man, Rick Sussman, and believe me, I heard about it all day. All day. And you are watching a special Guy Fawkesian edition of The Read Pile.
It's the week of
November 5th! Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plots. I see no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgotten. V for Vendetta, folks. Go read it if you haven't. Or at least watch the movie. The movie was actually a pretty good take on the book. No song and dance. There's a song and dance issue. Have I ever made you read that? There's a whole issue. It's actually amazing because it's written in song. It's called The Vicious Cabaret. The entire issue is actually in your V for Vendetta comic, and it's sideways somewhere around here. I'll find it eventually, but that's neither here nor there. Elle, aside from it being the special November 5th edition of the show, which is why you guys will probably be watching this, I assume, on Friday. Thanks, YouTube. But it was recorded Thursday specifically for the holiday, so to speak. Anyway, we have a little bit of news, a little bit of comic reviews, but mostly we have Guy Fawkes stuff to do, which means that we'll be blowing up Parliament, I guess, or at the very least, just putting on really wide brim hats.
I'll go with the second one. I'm really lazy. And you have to provide a hat.
I will find you a wide brim hat. So, news this week. Small amount of news, because there's really nothing else to it.
Okay.
We have a new Star Trek series, TV series coming out. Now, you have watched Next Generation. You have watched Voyager. You are currently working your way through DS9, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
It's good.
It's good.
It's a very long show. Good.
This is harder to power through. Like, you're not like, oh my god, can't wait to the next episode. Because it doesn't grab you.
It's a longer story. It's a bigger story.
Yeah, so you watch it casually. You're like,
I think it's a nicer story. It's like a more intriguing one. But anyway.
Like, even though it's all on Netflix, setting it to where you're like, okay, Tuesdays I'll watch another episode. You'd be good. You'd be fine as long as Netflix doesn't decide to like just take it off next week.
Yeah, it's just down now. So, speaking of Netflix, interesting segue. This new product is going. You okay?
I can't breathe, and it's like, oh.
Alright, well, we gotta do the news. Come on, power through. So, the Star Trek is going to only be available on a streaming service. So, like Netflix or Hulu, right? No. It's a service that I believe CBS is doing, or NBC. I think it's NBC.
How can I acquire this service, Rick?
Well, it hasn't debuted yet.
Oh.
And interesting side note, the TV series won't be out until 2017.
So let me get this straight.
Okay.
There's a show.
Yeah.
It's going to be coming out.
Yeah.
In a couple of years.
Like 19 months.
Now, if we actually get updates from now till then, who knows?
Right.
And maybe the whole idea will just kind of disappear.
Definitely a possibility. Yeah.
For service that doesn't exist.
Not yet. You want to review some comics?
I don't know if it's the medicine or what. I gotta go. Time for comic book reviews. Starting with Batmite. Alright, issue 6. This is the last issue. Thank God it is the last issue. I know my reviews have not been bad. They're like, oh, it's supposed to be comical, it's supposed to be like a fun read, and we all know the Batmite character, so this is how it's supposed to be. It's perfectly written for his character, which is true. And the issue was great, and it was the same the entire way until the end. Now, this issue, basically, it's continuing with the idea of, we know that his planet, his people, they banned him because they were tired of him just causing all these shenanigans on all these other planets and causing issues and so on and so forth. Well, they ban him, and then he goes to Earth, and he's doing the same thing. So they're looking at him, and they're like, okay, we can't have this. You know, we need to take more action with this guy. So, you know, while he's doing his shenanigans, which this issue is all political, and of course, Gridlock's there. And finally, he is back on his planet. The outcome, I can't stand it. Everything up until that point was just the normal, what's been going on in Batmite, the same kind of writing. Good fun. The ending, poor choice. It was too lame. It was just really lame. Even for Batmite, it was lame. Oh my god. Okay. Carrying on. Next up, Harley Quinn, Power Girl. Alright. So, same thing. We left off where they were being introduced to this huge creature. We did not get to see it. So we finally get to see what it was that was approaching them. And, oh my goodness, it is kind of weird, freaky. But, you know, I don't expect anything less from this whole series. And just the idea of the craziness that goes on. I'll tell you a couple just little things that happen. Harley goes Joker crazy. You'll see what that exactly actually means. And then, Bartox gets his mustache ripped off. That's pretty amazing. We get to meet Harley's real spirit animal, not a beaver. And, some crazy.
Is it Grumpy Cat? Tell me it's Grumpy Cat. It's gotta be Grumpy Cat.
That would be amazing if it was Grumpy Cat. I don't know if they could pull that off. That would be pretty cool if, like, just Grumpy Cat just showed up. He's like, hey. I think it'd fit in.
Grumpy Cat is a female cat. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I keep saying he. I'm sorry. I know better. We should probably redo this whole thing. But we won't because I'm tired. But it continues to be awesome fun, so definitely you need to keep reading because the last page is something pretty amazing that might be going down for the next issue. But, pick of the week. Paper Girls. Number 2. It's pretty good. I like it. Okay. So, I think it's pretty cool that it's issue 2 and it's my pick of the week. But the reasons, alright? The idea that I'm already hooked on the storyline, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what the hell is going on. And I hope I'm not disappointed in whatever the outcome is. But, I mean, people are starting to disappear now, like, right in front of them, or they're already gone. They're starting to discover that they can't find anybody. And so they're hopping around and they decide they're going to go to Mackenzie's house now. And in the meantime, of course, they're running into new creatures, weird stuff's going down, phones aren't working. They get back to her house to find her, like, Mackenzie's stepmother is not handling things well, and you'll see how in-depth that gets. Kind of leaves you a little hanging for the next issue, so we'll see how dramatic this is gonna get. But I don't know, it's just the way it's written and the artwork, everything is just working out perfectly, and it's a really cool story. So in the meantime, we will see what Rick has to say.
Well, thank you, Elle, for those inspiring reviews. And of course, the whole day, our whole episode is inspiring because, 5th of November, V for Vendetta. We talked about that. Let's move on to my read pile, beginning with Lazarus. Now, it is known here on the Read Pile that we are suckers for Greg Rucka. Eh? Yeah. Listen, Elle has made a Greg Rucka book her pick of the week. I have frequently made Greg Rucka books my pick of the week. He's a really awesome writer, and Lazarus has been no different. This is issue 20, by the way. We are learning more and more and more. Honestly, I think I have the same review for Lazarus every single time I review it. It is a fabulous book, and every issue we learn more about the world that we inhabit in this story, and every time we learn more about it, it gets more interesting. It's like peeling the layers of I wouldn't say an onion, because onions are rarely delicious by themselves, so it's like peeling the layers on a cake. And every time you think you've had enough Lazarus cake, you put your fork in and you're, oh man, this is so much Lazarus cake. And then you say, oh, there's a whole other layer of Lazarus cake in here, and it's still delicious. You haven't even gotten to the part that's obviously been spliced with bacon or anything like that. It's just a really, really fabulous book, and I'm very excited every time I see it on my read pile. Moving on. We have Rasputin, issue 10. The end. It's sad. I hate when books that I love leave my read pile, but I understand that not everything can have a 900 issue run, and I understand that some books just are terminal storylines, and that's okay. There's nothing particularly wrong with a book that has an ending. Now, fairness, the ending is very open-ended, and I'm not wholly certain that it is the end of the series, but I would not be shocked to find that it was, because there is a real ending here, and they've been building to this whole concept for a long time now. I greatly enjoyed the book by Grecian and Rosmo, and I would love to see them do more stuff. I'm going to go to my local comic shop as soon as possible and see if I can find any more of them as a team. Perhaps if the guys on Twitter want to let me know if there's anything that they have coming out, we would be happy to pimp that for them. It was just a really great book. It was a bit sad, and the ending did feel a little, like, I want to say it felt rushed, but that's not the right word. I just wanted more. And, it's like, I don't mean to be super morbid here, but I guess it's the way it is. There was an episode of House where Wilson's girlfriend was hit by a car, and she was being kept alive essentially indefinitely by this one machine, and she was getting tired and wanted to die because she wanted to go to sleep. And Wilson's getting mad. He's like, no, that's not enough time. And she says, there's never enough time. And that's sort of what I got from Rasputin, is no matter what the ending is, no matter how many more issues they give me, I feel like it'll never be enough, even though I need to be happy with what I got, because that's what it was. But let's move on to our pick of the week. Spin up the graphic. Poof. I think it's been my pick of the week like every week. I don't care. I love it. Midnighter, oh my god, Steve Orlando, thank you, sir. After being a little deflated and feeling a little sad that Rasputin left, I got to read Midnighter, and mild spoiler, as I posted on our Twitter, I think it's 5 or 6 panels into this issue. Let me actually count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the 8th panel of the book, Midnighter throws a fork in midair, whips it through a guy's head, and kills him. Oh, that's awesome. Plus, we get this really interesting story of watching Midnighter and his boyfriend going all over the world trying to figure out who attacked his boyfriend's father. And then you get to the end, and you find out that his boyfriend is not his boyfriend. There is a betrayal, and oh my goodness, what a betrayal. Now, I will not give the spoiler, because we don't do that here on the Read Pile, but I will say this. There is no better villain for Midnighter to fight. When you really think about it on who the guy is and what the guy does, Midnighter is the perfect foil for that character. So you've got knives and forks being thrown through heads, and you've got amazing turnarounds and crazy, ridiculous awesomeness. And Steve Orlando writing Midnighter the way that I believe Midnighter should have always been written, and in many ways was always written. Yeah, you've got all of the necessary elements to not just make a beautiful cake, to not make a fabulous ending, but to make not only all of that, but my pick of the week.
For you, our loyal followers of The Read Pile, we have an awesome offer from Audible.com. Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their awesome service. You can download some really great books like The Hobbit, the unabridged version from Tolkien. You can download Divergent, Lean In, lots of great stuff to check out. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia. Again, that's audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia for your free audiobook.
That's this week for the Read Pile. Yes. We're almost done. We would like to thank the makers of Nighttime Cold Medicine, evidently.
It's good stuff.
Perhaps next time you have a head cold, you take the cold medicine after we record the special episode. Okay. We'll see you guys next week. Oh, that's terrible. We'll see you guys next week.
Hey Elle, I have an idea on how to cure you of your illness. It worked with the computer once. I made a Vine about it. Did it work? Elle? I might need a new co-host.